All right.
Hello, hello.
Hello, and welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined by special guest Doc Hog of Tilt fame. And welcome to the show, Doc Hog.
Well, it's nice to be back.
Nice to have you back. Pretty fun stuff. So let's go ahead and start by playing the trailer.
Oh, all right.
Hey kids, it's Nacho Man Bulk Frogan. Do you want monsters, murder, and women in tight spandex? Then today's your lucky day. From Hog comic, it's Tilt. What if you were Jennifer Pollard and monsters were out to get you? Would you want the power to make kings, queens, and jacks in a deck of cards come alive to kick some ass? Of course you would. But what if the price of that power was killing the monsters who murdered your dad? Could you do it? And more importantly, can Jennifer? Find out what happens to this sexy woman in danger and rush over to the Indiegogo. It's time to get tilted.
Oh my gosh, that must be a new one because I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was. I had that done about halfway through the campaign. I wanted to go with a shorter version for the commercial, and I'm trying to think. I think it's Brainiac 420 is his Twitter handle. He did one for Grayscale that I really liked, and I actually think is the better one. Yeah, no, it was really good. He did it for like $20 and put that together, and yeah, it was nice to have a second commercial, about halfway through the campaign. So
was that his voice or yours?
Oh yeah, that was his voice, not mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sent him the script and images, and he read it and put it together like that, and yeah, I like how it turned out.
I almost thought he was trying to do a Randy the Macho Man Savage impression.
Well, that's what it was. It was Bulk Frogan was the. This is no. Yeah, well, it starts out. This is Nacho Man Bulk Frogan.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
gotcha.
that was definitely the the character he's going for there.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Gotta get some caffeine in me.
Well, that kind of took me by surprise. And so we've got stretch goal update.
Yeah, I met my stretch goal, $4,000, and the stretch goal. So if you order the book, the comic now, you will be getting these two pinups. This one was done by. I honestly, I don't even know his real name. He goes by the Twitter handle Archsider, and I just started the Twitter my stretch goal when this guy sent this fan art, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, my God, that's awesome. I mean, I need to, let's make it a pinup. Let's chat about a price here, and we agreed to one, and so then I put it in there, and you've received your package, right?
Yeah.
You got this, and yeah, it was just luck, really, and but
nice.
it turned out great. So no complaints.
Yeah.
So
cool.
The other one is keep scrolling down. Yeah, it's just the Virgin version of the standard cover, which came out really nice as well. So yeah, and then there's one more pinup, the one that Lenore did, and that one is an add-on. So that one will cost you a little something extra. And I guess I can show this now. It's no longer a surprise, but yeah, you'll get this little particular name for this kind of sticker. And yeah, I'll drop one of these into your. Let me see. What is the name of the sticker?
Is it die cut?
Yeah, it is it is die cut, but I just I'm trying. It is a die cut sticker. Yeah, it is a die. Yeah, die cut. I think is the right. Yeah. It is die cut. So, yeah, you'll be getting one of these dropped in there as well, and that was a little surprise. Let's see what else. Let me bring up a image here that I'll share because this is on the. I accidentally, this next one that I'll share with you here, I accidentally slipped up when I was on, oh boy, gosh, it was, why I'm drawing a blank on his show right now. It was, yeah. Come on. Tank Ferret show.
Oh, Tank Ferret. All right.
Yeah, fortunately nobody watched. No, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I goofed up and I don't even know how it happened, but somehow I put this image in at the time in the the 5-minute pitch of mine that lasts about 7 minutes, it was in there, and I didn't mean for it to be in there. And at any rate,
like an early reveal.
Well, yeah, it was an early reveal. I didn't mean to do that because I wanted people who purchased this to be able to see it first,
Yeah.
But now that I've sent out all the PDFs, and people are starting to get their physical copies, I guess we can go ahead and show it now. So if you want to, I just shared it, and if you want to put it up.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, this is this is the cover. This is going to be the standard cover for issue 2 of Tilt.
Oh my gosh! Whoa!
And it's on the. I've sent it out. It's on the back cover of issue 1. And yeah, you basically, it is kind of a tribute to if you've ever seen the movie Under Siege, probably Steven Seagal's best movie. And there is a scene in there where Erica Eleniak, back when she was an incredible, still really, as far as I know, she's not even really in Hollywood anymore. But back when she was, just a goddess, she did this kind of semi-strip tease out of a cake. And that is that's basically what this is. It's a tribute to her, and yes, this is going to reflect an actual scene in the issue 2. So there will be you'll get to see a little more of this. Not it is still only PG-13, not rated R. So sorry if you're hoping for rated R, but it'll still be pretty good.
Nice. Let me go back and grab this. Oops. Edit that. There we go. All right. Sweet. All right. That's pretty cool. When I did my P.O. box opening, I don't think I pulled it all the way out of the bag and board. So I missed this entirely. This looks good, though.
Well, yeah, it's I think that's pretty much going to be the standard thing I do on most of my comics, is that the standard cover for the next issue will be on the current issue. I
go ahead.
It'll be on the back outside cover, and like it is here. So yeah, and it's this was drawn by David Ocampo, who, as far as I know, lives in Mexico. The guy who did the standard cover for my last issue, Jordi Armengol, when I needed him to do this for issue 2, he was busy with other projects, so couldn't do it. So I just reached out to a bunch of artists, and David had the right price with the right kind of style of art that I wanted, and then Lenore added all the graphics at the top. So yeah, it just came out really as good as I could have hoped. He really just got. I sent him the clip of Erica Eleniak doing the dance, and told him what I wanted, and scribbled my little stick figures in a piece of paper, and uploaded that and sent it to him. And yeah, what he came up with was just just great. And I mean, I think the character Jennifer just looks absolutely drop dead gorgeous there. I mean, not only is you know do the white satin gloves come out nice, you know, her red hair is just, you know, flows so nicely there, and you know, and the way she's holding the jacket over her breast is almost tasteful. So yeah, I'm really oh yeah, and there's this jack over to the side there. So yeah, it says just really turned out as nice as you know, as good as I had hoped.
Right on. Now, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but is that actually on the stage like a giant birthday cake, the kind that girls pop out of?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Then that was basically, that was in the movie Under Siege. That's what she pops out of as a birthday cake. It's you can find the scene on YouTube if you just search around Under Siege and like birthday cake or something like that.
Okay.
And but basically the warship that they're on gets taken over by I don't even know if you want to call them terrorists, but basically guys that are traitors to the U.S. and they decide to take over the ship because they want to grab the nuclear missiles off it and sell them for a lot of money. And at any rate, the way they get on the ship is to pretend that they're part of a band and caterers that are going to throw a party for the ship's crew. And she is brought in to do a dance as, you know, part of the cover. Now she's not in on it; she doesn't know, but she's in the cake, ready to burst out. She falls asleep because she has to take these. She gets off the helicopter. She's sick, motion sickness. Takes some motion sickness pills, passes out, and then basically Steven Seagal comes in after he's escaped from his little where they've imprisoned him.
Yeah,
he's looking around, you know, to see if there's anyone in the area, and he sees the cake. He bumps it. And then all of a sudden, this music comes on, and she pops out. She wakes up and pops out of the cake. So, and yes, she had some. I'll say this: she had some very nice ripe melons. Just put it that way. Oh yeah.
And let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So are you? Does that mean issue 2 is going to start off with a different artist, and Leonore's going to continue doing your coloring?
The actual artist for the interiors, Marcos Lima, the illustrator, he was the illustrator for issue 1. Yeah, no, I've got him lined up. It's generally not considered a good idea to switch artists kind of midstream. You know, if you're going to do that, if you're going to switch your artists, you generally want to do it when you start a new story arc. Yeah, I had a little bit of, I don't want to say trouble, but I was talking to Marcos when he'd be able to start, and I was hoping he would actually be able to start sometime in July. He wasn't able to start till August, which is fine. I can still get, I think I can still fire. That'll still give me enough time to fire up the campaign for issue 2 by September, because I'd like to get that out by the end of the year to backers.
All right.
Get it all shipped out right before Christmas, and then so. No, I'm not switching artists. Lenore is, she's going to be the colorist. Jason Meadows will be the letterer again. I'm keeping pretty much all the same people. And I'm probably going to have Jordi Armengol do a variant cover. And I've got one other guy who I'm also looking at to maybe do a second variant cover.
All right.
And let's see what else. Oh, the deck of cards this time. The actual characters in the deck of cards will be unique. That is, the various artists will draw them. Lenore has already drawn the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Diamonds. So the way they kind of look in the comic book, that'll be on the deck of cards this time. So I'm there's a couple of guys on Doodle and Chill who did a drew a couple of Tilt things. I'm going to reach out to them in the near future to do some of the other characters. I may have Marcos, my illustrator, do one as well. So there'll be a couple of different people. And I'm thinking that I might, one of the possible pinup ideas as well would be sticking all those characters, each one in a little, square, and have them cover the entire, the poster, right? Like, there'll be 12 or however many. Well, I guess it would actually have to be 16 images, I suppose, because I think what I'm going to do is have other characters. Like, one will be Jennifer, and she'll be one of the aces, and then maybe some of the other characters will be on I don't know. I suppose Johnny Ricca would be one, and the other Marco and Jack Tessio would be the other two. Some of the mobsters would be on the other aces, something like that. So, at any rate, yeah, there's going to be the deck is going to be a bit more custom this time. You'll have a new image on the back as well, but they're actually going to be images on the the jacks, kings, and queens will be based on what's actually in the comic book. So
Cool.
So if there are any artists who are watching and might be interested in that project, go ahead and hit me up at Doc_Hog.
And then we've got the campaign right now is at 4186. Like you said, just hit the 4,000 mark recently. That's cool. Congrats on that.
Yeah, I have been told that I'll get another little surge here now that people are getting the actually getting the books and showing it on Twitter. I actually did get 3 new backers in the last 2 days.
Nice.
I have a limited number of comics. I think I made a mistake. I mean, I made a couple of mistakes this time. One is I kind of, when the campaign ended, I made an estimate of how many comics that I would need, and I think I probably underestimated. I'd like to actually have a few more than I did. So when you go to order your comics, I would come up with your rough estimate, and then up it by maybe another 10 to 20% would be one thing I'd do differently. The other thing is, really, if you're going to do international shipping, you need to charge at least $20 for the shipping. International shipping, and this was really stupid of me, and I do not know before I launched the campaign. Well, I do know why I didn't. I only charged $10, and now that I'm doing the international shipping, it's not a question of whether I'm going to take a bath. It's just a question of how wet I'm going to get. I'm just, and that, on international shipping, that's just, hey, I made a mistake. I charged $10. You should charge at least $20, because I so far have not run into any shipping at the lowest possible, the first class mail, which is the cheapest price at the post office. Is going to run you, for what I'm shipping, right around $25.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah. So you really, that's the biggest mistake I made. Why I did not go on the Postal Service's website and check and just do a little bit of messing about before I set the shipping price, I don't know. But I would set it at least at $20. Because otherwise, you can let some of the profit in the book eat up a little bit of the shipping cost. I think that's fine, because if you get enough orders, it'll your profits expand, and that's okay. But like I said, you just I'm taking a bath of literally $15 on each order. Right now on the international shipping, which pretty much eats up any profit that I might have made on any of the international books. I mean, if you bought the whole smash was about $30 for both comics, the Lenore's pinup and the deck of cards. Well, $25 in shipping, I'm out. Whatever that my per unit production costs were at least $5, and they were more than $5. But you know, so I would say charge at least 20 for shipping, so that you know, you don't. Well, let me cost you 30 plus a 10 on shipping, so I'm up $25, $15. So it's close, but my per unit production cost would. I mean, it's if it doesn't eat up all of that difference, it's coming very close. And so, like I said, you should charge at least $20 because you know, you don't want to drive away all the international customers by charging too much. But you know, at the same time, you don't want to take a bath because you're if you're really doing this seriously, I think you're probably, unless you already have a massive reputation like an Ethan Van Sciver or a huge channel like your boy Zach, you're going to lose money your first time around. I know I'm losing money my first time around. It's okay. I look at it as an investment. Okay, this is the startup phase. May lose money this time, may lose money the second time, but at some point, you know, I'm building a customer base. Okay,
Yep.
Have 150 people who purchased either, you know, some form of this comic this time around, and you know, so that's 150 people. You know, I'll lose a few customers the second time around. You always do. Some people just for whatever reason don't like the product. Fine, that's okay. I understand, you know, but if I keep even, you know, 130 of those, that's 130 customers that now I've got, and, you know, you can build on that. Plus, you know, now I'm going to have a reputation of someone who gets the comic out pretty quickly after the campaign ended. I mean, the campaign ended on May the 21st. I started shipping my first books, my first packages on June 16th. So literally within a month, I began shipping. And, you know, I'm hoping next time around I can actually speed it up so that people will start actually getting the books within a month.
Are you doing all self-fulfillment?
Yeah, I am at this point.
Okay.
It's all self-fulfillment. I think once I get to, the one thing I'm gonna have to think about next time, or at some point down the road, is at what point will I have to hire some outfit out to start fulfilling for me? Because you know, you can do when you know 150 is not. I mean, I actually didn't fulfill. I didn't send out 150 physical copies. It was more around 130, but that's pretty doable. It does not, you know,
Yeah, sure.
it just takes time, and you just got to be willing to sit down, you know, every single evening and just do it out. You know, fold the pinups. And speaking of which, if you're going to fold your own pinups, you're going to want to get something known as a boning tool. And
A boning tool?
yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's just it helps you make it makes it a lot easier to fold the pinups, and then you get one of these little I can't remember what it's called, but it's this little board, and what you do is you lay the pin up here, and you find the middle point, and you just, with the boning tool, you just, you know, apply some pressure, and you basically put a crease in it. You fold it over, and you put it back on, and then you do the second crease. And
When you get a crease,
I would say when you get, I'm sorry, what was the question?
if you're using the boning tool to add a crease, how do you keep your line straight so you have a straight crease?
Good question. There's actually there's little basically little grooves, little in here. So so you just follow that groove and whatever you're halfway. Like mine, I start out. I put my pinups are 11 by 17, so I put the 17 here. So 8.5 is what? That's half of 17. So you find the groove that lines up with 8.5, and you just move it there, and then you move it back for, you know, the other side, and, you know, go to 5.5, and you just, you know, yeah. So this thing is, I think it's called a. I'm trying. Let me find the exact term for that, because I've got it because I ordered it via Amazon, so I can just go back to my old orders here and find out what the name of it is. But
How did
yeah,
you know those things exist?
I went on YouTube and did some searching on how to properly fold a pinup, and I was looking for something. Is there some machine that out there that makes it easy to fold, and some mechanical thing, or was there's a service for that? And I'm sure there's groups out there that do provide that kind of a service. I'm sure that you do, when you have someone handle all the shipping and packaging for you, that they do. But so anyway, I was just searching around, and they said, well, if you're going to fold, this is what you use, and that's how I found it, just searching around on, because I just didn't want to fold them. I knew that folding them by hand was really going to be what is that called?
Bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a scoring board.
Oh.
SCORING. It's called a scoring board, and that one cost me less than $20. And the boning tools, I got 2 of them for like $13. So they're not too not too bad. And then
so did you get 2 boning tools in case one of them broke, or are they like different sizes?
No, they're the same size. They came 2 to a package.
Oh,
and
all right.
I mean, you can get cheaper ones. I just decided, well, since it takes some practice to be able to do it properly. And what I end up doing is I score. It's called, but you're basically scoring it. Making the crease, I guess, is called scoring. And what I do is I do the crease, and then what you do is you fold a little bit of the crease on either side. Because if you just do one side and then try to do it along, it's very easy for the crease to go off. Yeah, bend off of the actual crease. So
yeah.
bend both sides, and then you just you try to meet it in the middle. That ends up working out pretty well. But it just takes practice, and you're going to make some screw ups. So with your pinups, be sure you buy lots of extras. And that's not really a problem. The pinups are very cheap. As I like to say to my friends, when you go to sell the pinups are like soda are to comic books, independent comic books, what Soda Pop is to fast food joints. In terms of margins, you're gonna have your best margins on your pinups. So,
all right, cool. Excuse me.
And next time, I think I'm going to have to push the deck of cards a little harder, because, and I don't know. I'm hoping that the having the actual characters in there for the so it actually it looks a little bit more like a set of trading cards as well. Will increase some sales on that, because that is also where I lost some money. It was an innovative idea, but doing those decks are not cheap. I mean, yeah, but it gets cheap. The per unit price gets cheaper the more you order. Now, I ended up ordering about, was it 150 or was it 100? I think it was 150 that I ordered. And if I had sold all 150, maybe it was 125. I got it around somewhere. But at any rate, if I had sold all of those, I think I would have come pretty close to breaking even on the cards. You really need to, for the vendor I was using, you needed to get closer to probably 200, 250 sold before you're going to start making any money. Being able to sell at the price that I was selling. So
tell me more about the deck of cards, how they turned out, how they were designed.
Well, I'll say this: if you just want to, I will send you one, Wyman. If you just want to, PayPal me like $6, I'll mail one out to you as well. But yeah, it's a very simple deck, and looks like this. And what I did is it just came in a white box. That was really one of the cheaper options here. And I was like, well, I don't want to just send out a white box. And when I was trying to figure out which box I wanted to use, they could have a custom box. But the difference was the custom box was going to cost me $2 to get printed per unit, while this little white thing was like 40 cents.
Huh.
And I'm like, I'll take an even bigger bath if I do the $2. Now, at some point down the road, when I have enough sales, enough customers, I may actually be able to do a custom box. It may be feasible to do it. But so I started asking some folks what should I do with this? Which one should I choose? And one of them said, well, why don't you purchase the stickers and then put the sticker on the other side, which is what I did with those little die cut stickers. And then then they said, and you can order enough that you'll have leftovers. You can give everyone a sticker too. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. So that's what I did. I just put the stickers on the back there, and this is the front. And you just open them up, and it's just actually this is these are still packaged, still have the wrapping on them. Let me get one here that does not have the that's my deck and does not have the wrapping. Yeah, the die cut stickers, by the way, I got those. The stickers, I got those at a place called Sticker Mule. And,
I heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, every so often, just sign up for an account there if you want to do this. You can get it was some really good deal too. It was like 50 of these. You can get them on sale, and it was like 50 of these for like $25 or something like that. It was really a good deal, and they're even not that bad even at full price. But every so often they'll have a sale, and it's just well worth. Sticker Mule was really safe.
I thought it was a cool little sticker when I got it. What I thought was interesting is it was like a matte finish. Like I'm so used to stickers being like super glossy or shiny or like metallic looking.
Yeah,
and it was an interesting style.
Yeah, it came out really, really nice, and I just, again, it was one of those things that I hadn't even anticipated doing, and then it was just kind of a last minute thing, and just got lucky. It came out as good as could be expected. But yeah, here's just the what you're going to see on the back of the cards. Just your standard 54 card poker deck. You're like, isn't there 52 cards in a deck? Well, you
two jokers.
Yeah, you get two jokers with it.
All right.
And it's just your standard, your standard deck.
So it's also standard size letters and numbers, right? It's not like
it's just regular size, just regular size. And like I said, next time these characters will the King of Diamonds will actually be the the King of Diamonds will look what the King of Diamonds looks like in the comic book.
Right. It'll be more strongly themed.
Yeah, exactly. So a little more custom, and I may end up charging a little more for the deck of cards this next time, because it is going to cost a little bit extra, I think, to get the custom done. So, but yeah.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, go. Please ask.
So same thing goes for like the King and Queen of Hearts, King and Queen of Clubs.
All of those, and the Jacks, and like I said, I'm going to have probably special characters for the Aces as well. The Ace of Hearts will be Jennifer Poehler, the main character, and then I think some of the other ones will be like the mobsters.
And do you say Leonora already started on the card designs?
Yeah. Give me just a second here. She uploaded them to my drive the other night, so why not? Let me download them, and I'll. I don't think I've downloaded them. I don't remember.
But these are planned for the next campaign, right? For Tilt issue 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the only way to be that I was able to start shipping by within a month, was really to have so much of this prepared pretty well in advance. I mean, I had Lenore lined up to do a lot of her stuff, like the pin. She wasn't my original colorist. I started back in November, and I had a guy who was going to do the illustrations and the coloring. That fell through, and when that fell through, Lenore, who at that time was on my list, basically was on my crew, if you want to call it that, to do the pinup. And so I went to her and I said, "You do coloring, right?" And I said, "Well, here's what's happened. Let's talk about a price." And so she ended up becoming my colorist that way. Marcos was not my first choice as the illustrator, but yeah, it was actually kind of a good thing that happened that I had that delay. One, it just acclimated me to the fact that there are going to be delays. There are going to be things that you can't anticipate. The second was Marcos was great in that he worked fast, and I actually think I got better art from him than I got from the original guy. The original guy was good, not criticizing him for that. Just saying that I was I think a little happier with the job that Marcos did.
Right.
Come on here.
Well, I just wasn't sure if you want to save it for a big reveal when you start.
Nah. Well, there's gonna be so many of them.
Okay. All right.
That if I can get this stupid folder open here. No, I can't.
You're being denied access to your own folder.
You'd think here. I've been having so much weird crap happening with my computer lately. Let's see. Okay, let's open. No, don't you don't. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. All right, that's one. And yeah, it is two. All righty, let's see if. Okay. Let's take it. All righty, here we go. All right. Think. There we go. All righty. All righty. You can go ahead and share the screen.
Right on.
Yeah, this is the Queen of Hearts that Lenore drew, and this is what's going to be on the face side of the or the downside of the next deck of cards on the the Queen of Hearts card, and yeah, so it looks very much like she's drawn in the comic book. Like I've said before, the Queen of Hearts is the one that we decided to give a little bit more traditional royal garb here with the actual kind of crown and the the long dress. And Lenore, as always, it's one thing that she really excels at is making a dress look, the kind of the smooth satin. She's able to put the shine in, just so well, and that this dress just really looks. You actually wouldn't mind meeting a woman dressed like that, now would you? So, all righty, this is the Queen of Hearts, and let's see here. And this is the and this here is the Queen of Diamonds.
All right.
So again, with a nice satin sheen, she's wearing a mini skirt. I love the red gloves here, the red boots. So yeah, that is what will be on the Queen of Diamonds card as well. So yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to have Lenore do more. She might. I haven't decided just yet, but going to have some other artists do do some of the other things as well. So.
Hmm. So, all right. So, taking this as an example, if I'm trying to imagine it on the card itself, so is this like going to be miniaturized to fit closer to the number and the symbol, and then you'll have the same image just upside down. So no matter how you throw the card on the table, you've got two images of that
Yeah.
character, and
I actually don't anticipate it being upside down, working upside down as well. I think it's just going to be, it'll be like the back of the deck of cards, right? If you turn it upside down, it's actually upside down. It'll be the same here. You turn it upside down,
all right.
it'll be upside down. Because I don't see, you look at the actual Queen of Diamonds, there the actual the actual image stops at about mid chest. So,
yeah.
and that's how I'm not gonna as nice as their chests are in these drawings, I want the waist and the legs in there too. So
Yeah.
I'm not sacrificing those to make it look that traditional. So
that's why I was thinking maybe you were going to like duplicate it, miniaturize these characters, and so you follow the pattern of the way the original cards are, where they're seen both directions. But I see what you mean, what you're shooting for.
Yeah, I'm actually it's I'm not going to make it look like what traditional playing cards look like.
Right. You want them to take up most of the card itself.
Yeah, it's going to take up most of the card space, whatever is available, and you're just going to have one image on there, and that's
all right.
But I want you to get the full the full enjoyment, shall we say, out of the image. And
right.
That means putting it in there head to toe and being able to see it. I mean, you could put two in there if you shrink them to teeny tiny miniatures, but again, I think that would take some of the enjoyment out of the image if I shrunk it that small. So at any rate, that's what it's going to cover as much of the card as possible.
Okay. Cool. So 2 of them are completed so far?
Yep, and I got to start reaching out to some other artists, because I think I'd like to have multiple artists on this. I think some different art styles would just and I'll say this, it's also a little bit of a marketing decision too. Having had Lenore as my colorist was definitely worth, I would say, probably at least a few $100s on my campaign. Because she went out there and promoted it too, because she really wanted being part of it, and she actually has a bigger following than I do. And so if I can get some other artists out there who've got shows, it's it helps with marketing. So
yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like how other ComicsGate campaigns, they release these sketch cards or trading cards, and they're done by different artists.
That reminds me. Yeah, they also do crossover pinups too, right? So they'll have different characters from their campaigns, like Preston Acevedo. He has is his Doc Alpha. I think his is Doc Alpha, and then Literature Devil is his is Doc. Doc something, and I can't remember. But they put that on there, and they have a crossover pinup. So their characters are on the same pinup. And I know the Diaz brothers have a character that deals with cards I was on a show with them not too long ago where they were revealing this on the on Lost Pages, and it deals with cards. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do remember jokingly saying that I was going to take him to court. But but at any rate, no, I actually propose that we should do a crossover pinup. So that reminds me, I need to get back to them about that. So that might be a good idea. So
Another thing for the to-do list.
yeah.
Cool.
So let me see.
Yeah, let's see where it's in there. So Leonore also draws, right? She draws and colors.
Yeah, she does. I think she's. I hope I'm not. Yeah, she is. She told me that she got into art as a way to deal with some mental health issues that she was dealing with, and it was just drawing was like therapy. And it turned out that she had talent for it. And yeah, she does a lot of drawing, and she does a lot of characters on her. She has a Twitch channel, and she sometimes shows up on YouTube. I've also had her come on and color pages.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
on my YouTube channel, and we'll be doing some more of that for part 2. Yeah, she's yeah, it's great working with her. So you know.
Pretty cool. That's an interesting effect. Oh, I'm sorry. I still had you on that one. I was saying that's an interesting effect of that portal.
Mm-hmm.
There's that deck of cards. Image on the backs. Marcus Lima. Color and graphic design by Leonore King. Ugh.
I think it's actually pronounced Lenore.
Lenore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lenore.
All right.
I know it does look like Leonore at first, but I think it's just Lenore. And yeah, I sold out of all my tiers for people getting drawn into issue 2. And yeah, well, one guy took 2 of them, so he's going to get drawn. I'm just going to say they're like brothers, and so he'll get drawn in twice. Fine by me, I don't care. And then like my actual brother was the one who chose the top tier where you get your head chopped off from the nose up. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. And so yeah,
brothers.
So Wyman, you actually haven't read Tilt yet, have you?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right.
I've done P.O. box openings, but I haven't sat down to read anything yet.
Okay.
I haven't read anybody's book yet.
I definitely want to know what you think once you've read it. I'm very open to criticism because this is something you just want to keep improving on. I've already seen a few things in it that, it's like, okay, let's work on that next time. Or I need to work a little harder with the artist to say, we needed to fix this. And I just didn't catch it last time. So, but, and there's always going to be things you want to work on. So I definitely want to hear from people if there's anything that they thought could be improved or just flat out didn't like. Let me know, and I may agree, I may not, but I will at least take it under consideration. So
right on this one page where it says mobster loses his head, is that your brother?
No, this is no, that is
something totally different.
No, everyone's getting drawn into issue 2.
All right.
Some people, there are comics where you can buy the tier and you can get drawn into that same comic. The reason I decided to push everyone to issue 2 was that it would have been, like I said, I wanted to be able to go to the printer the day after the campaign ended, and I almost did. I was like 2 days maybe more, close to 3 after the campaign ended. Just about everything went to the printer. But that would not have been possible had we still had characters to draw in and color and all that stuff. So that's why, if you know, that's how I want to. One of the ways I want to stand out a little bit is to be able to get people their stuff, quickly, so that but that requires, you're right. You're right. Acevedo is Doc Salem, and Litter Devil is Doc Alpha. Thank you. Appreciate it.
2 docs.
And but there's no way I can get that thing, get it all turned around that quickly if we just still have characters to draw in there. So that's why I put everyone. I said there, you will be going into issue 2, and I will be doing the same thing next time. I don't know if I'll have exactly as many tiers this next time, but I might. For being drawn into issue 3. So, but it'll be the same. You'll be buying to get drawn into issue 3, and that's where this particular story arc will end, is with issue 3, and there will be a final page in issue 3 which will give you a hint of what's going to come in the next story arc. So I've already got ideas for that. I have the basics already in my mind, and it's just a matter of fleshing out the story and so forth. But I'm not going to be working really on that till sometime probably in the spring. So
right. But I mean, you're planning till it being more than 8 issues, right? I mean, more than 3 issues, right?
At least 6, and we'll just have to see. I mean, the next story arc might require more than 3 issues. I mean, it's what I've got in mind. I could stretch that out to maybe 4 or 5. We'll see. It's going to just depend once I start. I think I'll just know more once I start. I'm into the script for the first issue of the second story arc. What'll actually be issue 4, and we'll see. But no, I'm definitely gonna have. I'd like to do that story arc, and I think I'm going to have one other story after that, and then we'll just see. We'll just see how well it sells, and if every issue makes me a lot of money, I'll figure some way to keep it going for quite some time. But I have other ideas and other characters and stuff and other things that I eventually want to move on to, but right now, the focus is this, because
absolutely
people do seem to like it, and I'm enjoying it, and it's just the big thrill is people actually buying your giving you money to buy your stuff. It's like, wow. They decided to part with $30 that they had to go out and earn doing their jobs. And, they decided they saw enough value in what I was producing to part with that money. And it's kind of like, wow. Hey, that's really, it just, every time it happened, it was like, wow, I just, that little dopamine hit, and it just, it felt special, and I'm really appreciative, and it makes me really look forward to going through it again, because people who have so far read it said they really enjoy it. I've got one guy is already saying, I want more, and I want it now, and I'm like, I'm working on it, it'll be coming, and it's just I'm so grateful to everyone who backed it, and I'm looking forward to I'm really looking forward to getting the process on issue 2 rolling along. I'm actually into page 10, starting page 11 either this evening or tomorrow of the script. So that is moving along, and hopefully we'll be giving that to my editor within about the next 2 weeks. So,
excuse me. Oh, Frog is making me hungry.
Well, it's almost 9 here, so, and I have that sounds delicious, Frog.
Yeah, seriously. I know you have to get going. We're coming up just over an hour. So, yeah, please tell everyone how they can reach you.
Yeah, you can reach me on Twitter. It's at Doc_Hog. What's right in the lower, I guess that's, I'm facing it. That's going to be lower left-hand corner there is my Twitter handle. And you can feel free to email me at, at dhog70@gmail.com. Just DHOG70@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to me. And yeah, if you haven't backed Tilt, there's still time to do it. Just let you know, each tier is limited now. There's if you want to buy both copies of the comic book, there's 14 of those left now. There is if you want to just get the standard cover, there are 11 of those left, and I'm only able to of the variant cover. There's only 2 of those left now.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Well,
2 left.
Yeah, if you want both covers, I've got one. That would be I guess I actually have 16 copies of it left, but most of them are going toward the 2, buying both 2 of them, with both covers. Because that has really been the most popular tier, so I decided to put it there. And then when I got to the number I wanted on that tier, I had 3 left, 3 of the variant cover left, and I'm like, yeah, let's we'll just do that there. So that was really of the physical copy tiers, that was the least popular. So yeah.
All right, cool deal.
But it is limited, and yeah, get it before it's gone.
For sure. Yeah, definitely back Tilt. When you open up your campaign for issue 2, do you anticipate reprinting issue 1 and making that available?
In the campaign for issue 2, I will definitely make. You will have an option to buy issue 1.
Cool deal.
I'll make it like an add-on, like I did with the cards and the pinups and that sort of thing.
All right, sweet. All right, and you can reach me on Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets. And in the meantime, and on YouTube under WyzGyz Entertainment. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Doc Hog, for
thanks for having me.
Coming back on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, we'll have to have you on again when we have another big update for you.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe when once I launch the sign up for issue 2, we can.
Sweet.
So, all right.
Right on. Well, yeah, everyone have a great night. Thanks for joining us on the chat. And you take care now. Ending broadcast in 3, 2,